Inspiration in 30. I know it has been a minute since we sat down and actually talked. I'm trying to bring up my Facebook so I can see you guys. But sister got a lot to tell you about what's been going on. But first, for those of you who are new, welcome to the Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of the I'm Loving Me project, where we inspire you to love yourself. We've been um, doing some amazing work over the past couple of years. And now that everything is opening back up, we will be able to do so much more. And some of the things we do is we focus on self growth and self transformation, where we bring you the best and brightest coaches that we have in the land to come and teach you how you can actually self grow and improve your life. Help you with some boundaries and really help you, you know, um, get out there and do the things that you would want to do for yourself. Okay. And we also have our Girls Leap program that focuses on business. So we help you not only transform your mind, but we also help you transform your bank account through our business programs, which is our Girls Leap program and everything. So I am so excited that you guys are here. I know it has been like a little over a week, or maybe before the maybe before the Memorial Day holiday that that I know I spoke to you guys. But I gotta tell you, we have so much stuff that we're doing. Like I've been um, getting the Girls Leap side of things up and running. For those of you who are in the Girls Leap, you should have received an email to meet with me. If not, let me know, because we need to be able to do some one-on-ones. And then two, we are working on having our events and everything, y'all. And can I tell you, okay, so Atlanta, everything is pretty much cool, where we basically are open. And so we've been looking around at some places where we can have our events. And most of the stuff, you either have to be outside or you have to be able to, manage a crowd, and just to make people feel comfortable, right? And the problem we having is that most of the places and facilities, they are booked like crazy. Why? Because people are so eager to get back to business. As soon as you let people know a date, you better lock it in, you better have it, or you better be ready to go right then and there. You can't even think about it, because if you do and you come back the next day, your stuff is basically gone and your date is gone, and then you basically starting all over. So it has been a challenge to get everything together, because you have to move fast and quick. But I tell you the truth, we're gonna make sure that we actually get there. The other thing is that if you are part of our Girls Leap, we are redoing our website. We are redoing our back office to make sure that it is easy for you, so that you can go ahead and get access to the training and the live events that you need to, in order to go ahead and start to move your business forward. So those are the things that we got going on, and there's so much stuff. If you are on our newsletter, please make sure you read them so you know all the things that are coming up. If you're not on our newsletter, then that's okay too. What you can do is you can go ahead and sign up at imlovingme.net. Let me put it up here, imlovingme.net, and you could go ahead and sign up and be ready for that. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the whole art of journaling. Now, it has been a um, very funny time now that we're in, right? Since the world is opening back up, everybody wants to be out, right? These kind of meetings on Zoom and this and that, people are a little exhausted with it. So they want to be able to be out. But at the same time, guys, there is this thing where there's a lot of people who are now coming out into the world, who's trying to figure out who they are, trying to figure out what their purpose is in the world. And I'm telling you, as things start to open up and as so much information is coming at you, you want to be able to make sure that you give yourself an outlet to be with yourself. And that's the whole purpose of having a journal and journaling, right? Journaling allows you to put your thoughts on paper. It allows you to write down your ideas, and it allows you to get stuff out, personal stuff that you probably would not tell another person, right? You guys know that I keep plenty of journals around. I have like three or four of them that I work in and on simultaneously because I like to keep my thoughts separate, my business thoughts, my personal thoughts, and any like ideas that I come up with, because I don't want them all crowded together. I want to be able to see my growth in each particular area. But the first thing that I tell you about why journaling is important is what I want you to know is that it keeps you on track of how you can achieve your goals, right? It keeps you on track on how you can stay focused, especially if you're writing in your journal every day. I suggest that when you get up, and you use the bathroom and you getting yourself together, take at least 10, 15 minutes to go ahead and just write down your thoughts. Write down some of the things that you want to accomplish for the day. Write down some of the things that you would want to reflect on. Um, and write down how are you feeling, right? Most of the time we don't give ourselves time to think in the morning. What we do is we think in our head. Most of the time we get up, we look at the clock, we see how much time we will have to get ready for work or get ready for the first Zoom. We go to the bathroom, we take a shower, we get our coffee, we do all this, and we have not spent time with ourselves, right? You should be able to have some quality time with yourself in the morning. And journaling helps you get that time to yourself. And it also is a constant reminder if you are achieving your goals or not, you know. So that's one of the things that's important. Also, when you are journaling and you are writing, what you're doing is subconsciously you are writing out the things. Hey Vanessa, you are writing out the things that is good in your life and some of the things that are challenging in your life. And as you are journaling and you're writing these things, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to look at those things and see if you can find solutions. I'm looking this way because I'm looking for my journal because the Superwoman one is mine. And ever since I started writing in this, I could tell you, uh, this is, I got this one in April, I think. So I started writing in this one April 7th. And can I tell you, I go through so much stuff every day. The reason why um, I like these particular journals because I like to write by hand because I'm able to get my thoughts out and I'm able to write out all the things that are going on, like from Labor Day until now. It has been such a challenge, right? It has been a challenge in every area, and I wrote about it. And the challenges for me was just making sure everything is balanced, right? There's so much stuff that is going to come at you where you feel like you all over the place and you got scatterbrain, right? You're going to feel like because you are doing everything, you are not doing anything. And journaling helps you stay focused on those things. I sat the other day, I got to tell you guys, um, I was writing in my journal the other day because I had wrote down this quote that says, "The way to clear muddy water is to let it be." Right? Because so much stuff has been happening over the course of the time, y'all. Like, uh, uh, the website started acting up, so I had to make sure I got that taken care of, right? My clients were getting out of control, so I had to make sure that I got that taken care of, right? I was having some personal issues with my health, trying to make sure that I get my stuff under control. As a result of all of these things that were happening, I kept writing in my journal every day of all the things that were happening. And then something told me to just go back and just review the week. That's the purpose of journaling too. And find out what has been going on with me. And what I found out is that I have been putting a lot of pressure on myself, trying to get things done and really not focusing on the goal and the direction, right? But I wouldn't have noticed that if I hadn't had wrote it down every day to go back and look at it, right? I actually wrote in my journal, like, yeah, this is going to be, the year where, even though I'm in a season of reflection, that's the season that I'm in now, I'm going to see if I could, put myself out there a little bit more and date and do all this. Okay, y'all. So a sister be struggling in that area, right? And this is love and relationship and whatever month. So we got all these people who are coming on the platform to, to help us single folks figure out how we get this relationship thing going, especially for those of us who have experienced divorce, how to, like really get back out there, right? So a sister jumps out there and have another date. To tell y'all the truth, I did okay this time. I was not aggressive like last time. I did not ask, hard questions. I didn't do anything because as you go along, you learn that people are not like you, right? You want to be able to listen first and react later. Okay. So, your homegirl, me, I kept it so simple. It was like, where do you want to go? Well, I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I just said that, maybe we can go and, watch a game, right? Because, I like sports. I was like, maybe we can go watch a game and, whatever. Super simple. It was like where I was like, you could keep it as simple as going to, a Mexican place, right? So that's fine. Or any sports bar, right? So, y'all, we get there and I'm saying to myself, oh, we having casual talk, guy pretty nice, right? Has a great job. Okay. We get in a restaurant and I go ahead and we had to wait. So I go ahead and I'm like, oh, the game is on. Let me go sit at the bar and then have a couple of drinks. I said, come on, let's go sit at the bar, have a couple of drinks, and then we can go ahead and wait for our table. Now, isn't that normal? That's normal, right? At least I know it's normal. That's what I've been doing, and that's okay. I didn't find anything wrong with that, right? So I go and I sit at the bar, y'all, and I'm like, well, come on. I'm not joking. I don't know why this is happening. The guy says to me, "Oh, I don't sit at bars." And I'm like, okay, well, why not? I don't sit at bars. I don't like sitting at the bar. He said, I don't drink, so I don't sit at the bar. So in my head, I'm saying to myself, well, maybe, he had a drinking problem before. So now, he has this phobia, right? So I said, well, okay, that's fine. I said, have you, are you in recovery or anything like that? And he's like, no, I just don't like the way the bars smell. Because when I am at the bar, The when the bartender is like moving around and washing the dishes, the smell gets to me. And y'all, I'm sitting up here saying to myself, like, bitch, you need to go home and just go ahead and get back in your season and just be okay. He did not want to sit at the bar because he didn't like the way it smelled. So I said to myself, I said, okay, I am going to sit here though. You can wait. So he waited on the side until the table was ready. And I was sitting at the bar watching the game. And so the lady next to me thought that the reason why he wasn't sitting is because she was in the way trying to keep the social distance thing, right? So she said, "Oh no, come on and sit. We'll move our chairs down so that you can go ahead and sit." And he said, "No, don't worry about it. I don't sit at the bar anyway." So she was like, "Oh, your husband could sit." I said, "Ma'am, this is not my husband." I said, "We just met, blah, 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 all that stuff. He just don't like sitting at the bar." She was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "He just don't like it." So she was looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I'm saying to myself, like, okay, Glow, we need to go ahead and go back to our journal. You see what I'm saying? Go back to our journal and figure out and focus on what it is that we need to do, right? Stay focused on what we need to do. Journaling allows you to have those moments and focus on those activities that you know that you need to focus on, because when you start to divert in everything, I'm telling y'all, you can get scatterbrained and you can lose yourself in what you're doing. Okay, journaling gives you that opportunity to not only stay focused, but to achieve your goals, get your stuff out, and actually help you change your mindset. Why? Because the most important person that you talk to every day is yourself. You talk to you more than you talk to anybody else. And the thoughts and the feelings and everything that you have in your head, the only thing you're doing is writing it down. This is like your therapist, right? Because you are telling this journal your thoughts and your feelings and where you're going. So when I wrote in mine, and I was like, yeah, this will probably be the year where I go ahead and, get out and date a little bit more. I went back in here and I said, you know what? Look, I said, you know what, God, I finally understand and I am going to listen to you. I know this is my season of reflection, and I know you told me that I have to stay focused. Every time for the last 3 dates that I have went out, I understood that I need to stay focused and do just that. I don't know what's going on, but every time I get out there, there's always something that lets me know that I have to go back and stay focused. And so now I just say to myself, just follow what it is that you want to do. The whole path of this journaling, making sure that you stay focused, is really, really, really important, right? And a lot of people say, I don't have time to do it. You could do it when you first wake up, you can do it before you go to bed. I do mine in the morning. And I don't do it at night when I go to bed. I try to read at night. And then when I wake up, I reflect on what happened the day before, right? Is really, really, really a good tool, ladies. And it's something that you can get in the habit of, because what you're also doing is you're getting in the habit of expressing yourself. You get it? You're getting in the habit of taking what's inside that you're holding, that you feel like you can't let go, and you're putting it out there somewhere. And I know a lot of people say, well, my privacy is important and my journal is important. If it is, get the little ones with the lock on it, right? If you don't want nobody to read it, if you have other people who will look for it and find it, they have little ones that have locks. They have ones that are super private, where you can just have that me time with you and yourself. Okay. So, the whole point of this inspiration in 30 today is to make sure that while you're taking care of you and you doing those things that you want to do, that you give yourself that private time to allow yourself to put your thoughts on paper, to allow yourself to see exactly how far you have come, and to read where you were and where you are now so you can celebrate those things, right? A lot of us know that we're not in the same space that we were 2 years ago. But how would you know how much you have improved unless you write it down, right? How much joy would you have known that you have experienced unless you write it down, right? Your journal is filled with good moments, bad moments, insecure moments, uncertainty. It's filled with so many things. If you look at it, it becomes your own personal Bible of you. It becomes the story of you, right? And nobody's judging it. Nobody is criticizing it. It's just you and your thoughts. Okay? The last thing that I would give you that I want you to stick with is to make sure why you're journaling, and to make sure why when you're journaling and when you're doing what you're doing, make sure that you are being honest with yourself, because most of us like to write down things that we think we want and we think we should have and what we think we should do or be or whatever. But having a journal is your time to be brutally honest with yourself, even if it hurts, and understanding and knowing that that space that you give in yourself, you're allowing yourself the opportunity to be in this position where you can be vulnerable. Okay? You're allowing yourself that room to do and say those things that you normally would not say to people. You can say in your journal, I'm frustrated, I'm hurt, I'm being petty, right? I am lonely, I am not happy, right? And while you're writing those things, see how your language changes over time. But don't lie to yourself in here, ladies. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself, right? Tell the truth. Tell the truth in here. Because this is where you can actually get it all out, and you can really discover the kind of mindset that you're in. Because when you review and you go back, you can say, damn, I was toe up, or I was so happy in this moment. What was it that I was doing? I was so confused in this moment. When did my breakthrough happen? What was I reading? What was I looking at? Who was I with? What kind of fun was I having? I promise you it works. It really does. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to make it work for you. Okay? This is a simple act, very simple act that goes a very, very long way. Nobody's going to treat yourself better than you. And nobody is going to empower you or talk to you better than you can. Okay? So give yourself the space and the opportunity to make that happen. All right? It is a busy day for me. I gotta go, ladies, but I promise y'all I am going to get back on track. It has been challenging. It has been challenging. I can't lie. It has been a roller coaster of um, working to make sure that the vision that I have actually is being pushed forward. And um, this is where a lot of people quit, right? You get to a point where you have to work and really do things, and you really don't see the success. It gets really, really difficult and uncomfortable. Most people quit, right? When things are good, we know we don't have any issues, we don't have any problems. But when things get challenging and you're up against a bumpy road, and every road that you go to, every road that you travel down, there's a bump where you're falling and you're scraping your knee and you're doing things. That's when you have to really buckle down and make things happen. And that's the thing that I'm in right now, to tell you guys the truth. But you know what? I write it down every day, and I put my quotes in here to keep myself together, because what I know is that you have to chop your wood and carry your own water, right? You have to chop your wood and carry your own water, right? Because that's important. They are starting this month, Vanessa. I want you to send me an email. You have my email, right? Send me an email, because they were supposed to send you a link to sit with me. Okay. Um, but yeah, it's challenging. You are dealing, you deal with a lot of personalities. You develop the thick skin. That is correct, Kim. You do a lot of stuff, but let me tell y'all what this road is about, and I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Anything worth having, you guys, and this is just real talk. Anything worth having, you're going to have to not only fight for it, you're not only going to have to challenge yourself with it, you're not only going to have to feel uncomfortable, but you're going to have to become that person you want to be in order to get what it is that you want, right? And that means being able to sacrifice a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes when you are not willing to sacrifice those things, the world hits you like this, because you can't stay who you were trying to get something different. You can't. So, in my mind, I think that is my lesson as to why I need to just chill and focus, right? Like, I think God is telling me, chill on trying to go out and look for somebody and focus on what it is that you want to do. Because every time I try, I get bumped up against something, right? When I am out there, promoting this platform and going up against people who say, well, you know what? A lot of women are not ready to do this anyway. And, when people tell me, well, the biggest problem with women is that, they focus on some things and then after that they quit, right? And the reason why that there's a, a, a big money gap between men and women is because women don't know how to speak up for themselves and they don't know how to do this. When you're hearing that constantly every day from prominent people and from other women, the frustration level goes from 0 to 100, right? But what I teach you is the things that I practice too. And that is, you gotta love what you do. You gotta love it. And you gotta know that it takes sacrifice each and every day. Because if you don't love it, you'll quit. because the world will tell you that what you're trying to do is crazy and you can't do it. And there's no possible way you could get stuff done, right? They'll tell you there's no way that you can create this ecosystem where women can actually work on their mind and change their bank accounts at the same time. Women, have been doing things for years their own way, and it's just going to stay that way. But women don't speak up, and women, quit early, and they do all these things. I mean, they was telling me all kind of crazy shit, right? But I just take it all in. I journal. And I say to myself, don't believe me, just watch. Watch me do this thing. Watch me help these women grow. And watch me help them understand who they are and the power that they have. And I'm going to watch you eat shit along the way. That's exactly how I feel. So I don't care about the bumps. I don't care about the setbacks. I don't care if we have to start over 4 or 5 times. And I don't care how much money it takes to make it work. What I know for sure is that if you can change a woman mindset for the better, you can change a nation. And I believe that. I've experienced that. And so have you. Because you are that person. You are that person. I tell y'all all the time, I believe in you so much that I will take every bump, every bruise, every fight that comes along, because the people out there have this perception and belief of who we are. And when you try to go ahead and sit at the table to get your voice counted, they tell you, oh no, you're gonna have to wait just a little bit. We got other things that we're focused on and we're doing. So I took that Tyler Perry perspective, y'all. And I said to myself, Tyler Perry said, why are you trying to get a seat at someone else's table? Focus on building your own and they will come. Right? Focus on building your own. Don't care about what those people are saying or doing or what their beliefs are. You know what you're doing. Right? You know what you're doing. And then after that, I'm cool. So I know I'm over time. Everybody who's in the Girls Leap Elite program, I need you guys to sit with me because I got to give you guys some updates and everything. Do me a favor and send me an email, Gloria Ward 12. Send me an email because I got to give you some updates. Send me that email. Let's sit down and let's get this thing on and popping. Everyone else, our events are coming, guys. Our stuff is coming. Um, Trust me, we're doing everything that we can to make it happen. Uh, and we will. So I love you guys. I gotta go, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.